because I would get so excited to wake up and go sit on the computer and just go into the chat rooms, and I would totally catfish people, and at like 13 or 12 be like 18/F, and then I had Lola 311.
That sounds.
I don't know why,
That sounds
but
very
that's where I
catfishy.
got into the shit.
I was
That's
about to
where
say,
I would
that's
go
very
in the morning
catfishy.
and be like, I'm a hot 18-year-old female, and then just totally catfish people.
Yeah, no.
And I feel like catfishing obviously has gone to such an extreme.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like, it was innocent.
It was the beginning of the end.
It was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what I was doing.
No.
I was like, I just want them to think I'm cooler than I am.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be sitting there in my back brace like, oh, look, they're going to think I'm this hot Brazilian model. Thank God we're getting signed on line.
Wait.
Is it working?
It's not busy.
Oh, great. It's dialing right now.
There we go.
God, what a good sound.
This is actually calming me.
Me too.
Wow.
How good does that sound feel?
That felt better than I thought it would.
That is such a good memory.
Ooh. Oh,
like,
that's
just
nice.
That brings such excitement of knowing how you felt. Like when I would sign on, I would always sign on before school. And I would also sign on at night. I feel like there was just
I signed on. No, I was just trying to figure out because you don't have a lot of. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
We immediately went into it.
We sure did.
I'm Taliesin Jaffe.
I'm Ashley Johnson.
And we thought it'd be fun to talk about the internet before the internet was the internet.
Yeah.
And all of the things that no longer exist and are delightful.
God, I mean, and
including that sound.
Oh, isn't it so good?
I wonder what the age gap is before that, like the dopamine stops hitting.
I know.
That's really
like I wonder. Like yeah, I hope that was as I hope that gave you the dopamine that it did.
Yeah, that's like a long form version of like the Mario coin sound, where I'm just like, oh
yes, it just feels great. We also lived before there was internet.
I did in the dark ages.
Yeah, in the dark ages, which is so weird. We're the generation that has that.
Yeah, I was talking a couple days ago to some of my younger friends, and they literally were like, "Oh, I just thought it went boomer to millennial." I'm like, "No, there was a thing called Gen X," and they're like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I think you're making that up." And I'm like, "Man."
It's so funny, and even talking to my nieces and nephews, and they're like, how did you live without internet?
Strings, rubber bands, and balloons, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just did.
Yeah, it was a different kind of great.
Sometimes I kind of miss it.
I definitely miss it on occasion. Because
it definitely, felt like a simpler time.
I've been thinking about, I want to get specific so that I don't feel like angry old man yells at cloud. Literally, yelling at the cloud, you lost my files. Literally, that's fun. I hadn't even thought of that. That's such a dumb, of like what it is that I miss. And I miss being insular. Like I miss it feeling like you could have smaller communities that were unimpeachable and unimpregnable. You would like have like LA was LA and LA City, and everyone within LA City kind of had its own fiefdom. I think I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, and then smaller groups, and it was very easy to kind of create these little social networks that were concise. You knew everybody. There were people who jumped from one to the other, and some people jumped to like a bunch of them. But it was very like they talk about in Ferris Bueller, where she's like, the geeks, the jocks, the nerd, like they all think he's a cool, righteous dude.
Yeah.
Because Ferris Bueller was one of the I hop between everybody people in the universe.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
And I
feel like that definitely was that was a vibe.
Yeah, and like even like
writing papers for school. Like we had Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, I had one of those.
And we had all of those, and like to write papers, essays for school, like you would have to go to the library, or you would have to read. You would have to do research. You didn't have ChatGPT. You didn't have anything like where you could copy and paste shit.
Or even Wikipedia, man.
Or even Wikipedia.
I love Wikipedia.
And
then
most of the time, like sometimes I would get in trouble because I would just reword a little bit from Encyclopedia Britannica, and they'd be like, "What are you doing?
We own it.
We know what this is.
Everyone.
We know what this paper is that you wrote because."
And yeah, there was things like it was hard to like even things like musical tastes would really vary from like parts of the city. Like you wouldn't even know that music existed unless it played on the radio. And unless you had friends who like were really into a small thing, and there were pirate radio stations and what was the and even social groups like would have different language, so you would learn new slang if you went 20 miles in any direction. Oh, it was great.
Yep, it was great.
It was fun.
Well, okay. So speaking of music. So I feel like the newest, like when I started really, I mean, I was always into music, but in terms of like getting on the internet and how that grew with like Napster, LimeWire. What was the Shark one? There was like one like
Finny.
I don't know.
I'm making it up.
Maybe I'm making it up. But
it had a name.
And then that was like another way of getting introduced to music where you would just like rip it off of the internet.
Yeah. And
then artists were like, hang on a minute.
Which is fair.
We're not making any money from this.
Which is fair.
Which is fair.
But like, it was the moment, there was such a distinct thing that changed. And I remember specifically being shown Spotify for the first time by a friend with excellent taste in music. And she convinced me to get into this. And then I realized this huge switch was that everyone was sharing music all the time, including, so there's no, we've angered an iPad. So there's no boundaries anymore. It kind of, I feel like even local music can kind of become a thing and travel outside its bounds. I also now listen to every genre, which I didn't used to listen to.
Yes.
It was very tightly concealed.
You were in your little
in a bubble.
In your bubble.
I liked my bubble.
Your chat room with just that specific
chat rooms.
Yeah.
So let's do this.
Are we getting into it?
I mean, let's talk about this. And again, we're not going to. I think we can slowly talk about the things we gained and the things we lost, and it's kind of fun.
The things we lost on the internet.
Yeah, I suppose. Sacrifice to the gods.
Yeah. So okay. So when was like. What was your introduction to the internet?
BODs, BBSs.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
I was
BODs?
Well, BBSs, which were bulletin board systems, which were wow, this feels so old.
Did you just have a download that just happened?
I heard that sound again.
I saw it.
There were a couple that we used in LA, and the one I said BODs because the big one in LA back when I was young was called Bodtown. And it was basically like Reddit or a chat room, except that it was private, usually run out of someone's house. And it could only have as many people online as they had phone lines going into that house. So anywhere from 4 to 12 people at a time could be on, and you would post your stuff, and then you would have to leave so that someone else could call in. So you would just sit and and dial into it over and over and over again and wait to get online.
Whoa.
And it was things, even like local things happening in LA, parties. Like if you wanted to go to like a cool underground party or anything, it would be on the bods, on the bod town. If they weren't called, on the BBSs. I was on a couple of them, and like it eventually also like bled into Newsgroups, which were also like bigger versions of this, where it was just people talking. You would go in, and it was just text of like things that people were interested in. There was a big anime one. It was one of the first like big queer sites on the internet, was in the Newsgroups. And those were, and like, that's how it was. The joke is that's how you would find out where raves were in the 90s, was on the Newsgroups. They'd send you on a scavenger hunt. So yeah, that was my first. It was not chat rooms or anything like that. It was literally just posting on a bulletin board. It's called a bulletin board systems, BBSs, because it was literally you pin a thing basically and then wait for someone to walk by and pin below it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
See, I was big in AOL chat rooms.
Okay, that came later.
Yeah, that came later. So I was because we would get the CDs. You would get mailed the CDs for a certain amount of hours that you could get on the internet, where it'd be like, you get 100 hours for free.
Man.
Which I still don't really understand that.
The first 100 hours is free.
Yeah, where you're like, that's so much. But it goes so fast, as we have learned, the time that you can waste on the internet.
Yeah, 100 pennies feels like a lot.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we would get those, and then my designated time that I could use the internet in my house, because you could, if you were using the internet, nobody could use the phone.
Yep, which was great.
Yeah, which was great, but also, we could only I feel like I was only allowed to have like a half an hour on the internet.
I would do it really late at night. Yeah, you were
or really late at night.
Yeah,
but mostly I would do it before school. That's why that sound of that dial-up, because I would get so excited to wake up and go sit on the computer and just go into the chat rooms, and I would totally catfish people. I would totally go into the chat rooms and at like 13 or 12 be like 18/F, which means like 18.
That was the beginning of that. I know. Yeah, this was the beginning of like our descent into madness as a culture.
Yes.
So
and then like someone would be like, "Oh, hey, you sound cute. How? You just said hello." And then they'd be like, "Let's DM." And then I would go DM, and then I would find a picture of a model.
And then
this is so awful.
You went right there too. And like the thing that I always was amused by is the 20 minutes later when they finally downloaded the picture.
Yes,
because that's
and
how
they'd be like, "Holy shit, This is you! You're so hot!"
And
I'd be like,
photography, it was so well done there. It's just such a well put picture.
It's awful. It's terrible.
So terrible.
But I'm like, I think back on it, and I'm like, was I talking to adults?
You have no idea.
Was I talking to other 12-year-olds? No clue.
No, none. And again, for the best.
And I don't even know what we would talk about.
No.
It would just be this moment where I would have a conversation with somebody, just a direct message with somebody, and then I would feel like a really cool person.
For once, I feel more innocent. I mean, like, I'm not saying that I never did that, but like my whole introduction to chat rooms was so much more wholesome than that.
Yeah, because you probably were honest about it.
No.
You were like, I want to go to this, or I want to see this part of Los Angeles, or go to a rave.
Well, those weren't like, you kind of knew everybody, and they actually had in-person meetings for the BBSs. We called them like loser meets, where like once a month everyone would go to Denny's, so we actually had like a visual connection to each other, which helped. Although a lot of like you would still use your on-screen name if you had one. But like I started on a thing called like Sierra. Oh God, what was it called?
Sierra Online.
Yeah,
because you were talking about this, and I'd never heard of Sierra.
It was
Online.
it was like a super graphic kids like my first Sierra. No, it was my first AOL Online. Let me find.
What year was Sierra Online? Look at this.
Yeah, I'll it was God, when did it start? Here we go. 91 to 98, and I was in it in high school, is what I'm going to say. And it was super. It was like all graphic, like a Sierra game.
Look at this.
And it was like we'll find it's on Wikipedia. You can find this picture on like it will be
Wait, so what was it? It was like a chat.
It was basically like, it's called the Sierra Network. And if you go to Wikipedia for the Sierra Network, there'll be a picture of like. It was basically AOL Online, except it looked like a Sierra Online game. If you remember those, where it was the point and click ones,
with
like you would tell somebody to poke at wall, and it would say the wall does not want you to do that.
Yes.
So there was like, I'm looking. There was a shop. There's mail.
So could you visit these places?
Yeah, they all had different things that you could do there, and there was like Sierra Land was where you play games, and then like I don't remember exactly where you would go for what, but
you would just hang out in there.
Yeah, and it was chat rooms, but it was all, I think they did a thing to kind of make it, it felt like it was very moderated.
Okay.
So it kind of shielded us from some of the weirder stuff on AOL. And then I went to AOL for vampire LARPing. So,
excuse me?
Oh boy. So.
You did vampire LARPing?
I mean, look at me. Of course I did.
I know. You are a vampire. But
yeah, and a LARPer low-key LARPer. God, I'm working on getting more LARPing.
I never got to LARP.
It was the best.
I still really would love to, but
yeah, it was. We would go into chat rooms where everyone would pretend to be vampires.
Would you LARP in the chat room?
Oh yeah, we were all like vampires online.
So you could.
I mean, we all knew it was a game, except for a few people where we would go, "You're over."
You're taking this a little too seriously.
Yeah, you've cooked this a little hard here, son. But yeah, so we would all like, it would be like the name, age, sex, except it would be like, you'd be like, who is one? Lady Imperia, real person, age 436, sex female. Yeah, it would be like, it was a little like, clearly we were just being ridiculous and no one took it too seriously. And sometimes it would be local people because they would have it by city sometimes.
But like, what would you talk
club
about?
Friends. Oh,
like, how would you LARP in there? Be like, I'm so hungry, I want some blood.
I mean, occasionally, blood.
And then like, I'm a vampire. Where were you first bit?
Yeah, and like there would be like a lot of, because the vampire game was very political. Like oftentimes it would be like.
Why was it political?
Because you can't have a LARP where you're biting everybody. Although again, some people did. They took it too seriously. Ow. That's a bad memory. Yeah.
Wow.
I almost got into a fight over biting. It was a.
What?
I forgot. Okay.
Because someone was trying to bite you, or you were trying to bite them?
They were trying to. It was just like this.
And this is all virtual?
No. Well, this one was in a live meet, and somebody's girlfriend bit my arm and wouldn't let go, and it really hurt. And then her boyfriend was getting really mad at me because apparently this was a thing, and I was just, I want her off, man. And he was like, I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. I'm like, if you hit over here, because this really hurts. Just stop it. Stop it.
Your arm?
It was just clamped like a wild animal. It was just like it left marks. It was definitely. I was like, don't hit my arm. I was like, she's biting me. I don't know what to do.
Wow.
Right on my left arm, man. Oh,
wow.
She was. They both had issues, and clearly this was some weird pseudosexual thing between the two of them.
I mean, it was commitment.
Yeah, well,
a bit.
And I think it was a whole, like, they then fought and probably go home and
that was like their
and then LARPed having sex. I don't think they actually
Which is always like a really good sign of a healthy relationship.
Oh, clearly.
Or the ones that really like to fight and then
there's
make up.
There's honestly, and I say this, there's nothing better than a 90s couple that's LARPing together. That's always so, with rare exception.
Fascinating.
But yeah, so it was sometimes to be people who went to clubs, and then you'd be like, oh, the vampire LARPing is a lot of like, who's the Prince of LA? And oh God, what clan are you in? Because there's different vampire clans. And
whoa,
it's a whole thing. People still play it.
Were you in a clan?
That time, yeah, back then I was in Clan Malkavian, which was the kooky vampires. And
like the fun, cool ones that were like.
They weren't cool, but
quirky.
They were fun. They were way too quirky, honestly, mostly. It was kind of annoying. I was definitely annoying, but my characters, my handle was Switch with like, and I was.
Switch?
His name was Switch, and he would, and like I had an outfit for when we go out and LARP, and I would do irritating capital lowercase randomly in my texting. So
amazing.
I was awful.
What were your other screen names?
Oh,
do you remember any of them? That
one I used for quite a while.
Just Switch?
Just Switch.
How nice if you could have just kept that.
I know.
Across the board.
That would have, Gmail ruined everything. Because you had to get in on Gmail super fast, and then you were kind of locked into that.
I still have my AOL screen name.
I don't know mine. I would have to look.
I still have mine, and every once in a while, I'm like, should I just like switch back to that? because it is funny when
Is
you
it
give it out.
still there?
It's still there. It's still there, and I use it as like a junk account. But I do kind of laugh when I give it to people because they're like, "Whoa, you still have an AOL name?" I mean, you could get it. Obviously, you can get a new one right now, but
well, now I
still
kind
have
of
my OG one.
Now I want to find my MySpace.
Oh
Sorry.
man, MySpace.
A simpler time.
So I had like my screen names.
Go ahead.
I had Fender Telly because I was like really into Telecasters at the time because I play guitar, but I was had gotten this really cool old Telecaster, and I was like, I want everyone to know I play guitar.
I mean,
So
honestly,
I
that's less obnoxious than
like
hanging out
Fender
behind a coffee shop. So well done.
Yeah, but it was like a brand name of a guitar, like the weirdest. And then I had Lola 311.
That sounds.
I don't know why.
That sounds
but
very
that's where I
catfishy.
got into the shit.
I was
that's
about to
where
say,
I would
that's
go
very
in the morning
catfishy.
and be like, I'm a hot 18-year-old female. And then just totally catfish people.
Yeah, no.
That was terrible.
That was a weird time.
That was a weird time. And I feel like catfishing obviously has gone to such an extreme.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like, it was innocent. But
it was the beginning of the end.
it was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what I was doing.
No.
I was like, I just want them to think I'm cooler than I am.
Yeah.
So
I mean, honestly, at least it probably kept you off the streets. It didn't keep me off the streets, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I'd be sitting there in my back brace, like, oh, look,
Sorry.
I'm gonna think I'm this hot Brazilian model that's on the beaches of Brazil, and he's gonna think this is me.
Oh, the back brace really brought it all home. Thank you.
Yeah, because there was definitely I was living in a fantasy life before I would go to school.
Oh,
So it's kind of actually now that I'm talking about this, it's kind of sad.
I mean, this is what everyone does now.
Whatever. We all do it. We all have moments where we're like, well, on the internet, I can pretend that I'm somebody else.
Did you ever hit well, I mean, not to hop forward in future, but did you ever end up on Second Life?
I sure as fuck did.
We should explain.
And I actually wrote Second Life down
Oh,
because
then-
I didn't spend a ton of time on Second Life.
How would you describe Second Life for our
I mean, I feel like
our
the
younger
title-
audience that are only in their like early 40s?
I feel like the title almost so perfectly says what it is.
It
like
does.
You can live a second life on the internet. Like I feel like people got married on there.
Oh yeah.
It was
You build a house
like what I think Sierra Online kind of is it's like another world.
Yeah, it wasn't nearly as I mean, it wasn't
Involved.
nearly as like Sierra Online was very basic, but like Second Life is kind of it's like the Sims Online, except you can go even crazier, and it's still
and
there.
I think it's still there.
Oh no, it is.
Yeah.
I know people who are still deep in it.
Yeah, and
It's crazy weird.
It's so crazy weird. I just had a brief period with it. I was on World of Warcraft a little bit longer than I was Second Life.
I came to World of Warcraft
different.
late.
I came to it late as well.
I didn't come to it till I was a voice in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you're like, wait, what is this? I want to see what. Did you get super into it?
I booked a gig doing voiceover work on it, and then after like I hadn't come out yet, but then like my partner at the time they were very like, okay, you should play the game now, because they also played the game.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, it's a thing we can do together.
Give it a try.
And actually Matt also helped me a lot. Matt Mercer was one of the people who was like, I'm 50 levels higher than you. I'm going to give you some good stuff. And
follow me around. You'll get some XP.
Yeah. So I definitely scrappy dude pretty hard with him, which was great.
Wasn't it so fun though?
It was a good time.
Like just
I can see how it could go poorly, but yeah.
Yeah, like I had so much fun with it. Like Second Life was very private for me. I would do that alone. But World of Warcraft, I mean, I would jump in with my friends. And like we would all get on at the same time, and then you would have your raid parties. Like there's so it's so. I think it. I get so happy thinking about it, but it was also such a different time because there was just less responsibility. Like I wouldn't have time to do that now.
No, I have too many other things I have too many other addictions at this point to like get into.
Yes, I have other addictions that take up that time. I mean, I still play video games.
I think I like people less too, and
well, that's for sure.
And I'll also say that it's
I like to spend the least amount of time with people.
That's very fair.
I love all of the people that we know. We love each other.
I'm going to be gross too. It helps that they're very attractive on occasion because then if they say something stupid, I can kind of phase out and go, gosh, you're pretty. Anyway.
Yeah, like, you got a good
what?
face.
Yeah. What'd you say? That's fine. It's the joy of living in LA.
Okay. So, what other, like, were you into computer games?
Well,
like, what was your...
It was interesting. Like, I'll say the first computer, my dad was real into tech. He was that very much that 80s, like, I'm going to get a computer.
80s dad getting the computer.
Yeah, he had a thing called a K-Pro 10, which was technically speaking, it was technically speaking a portable computer, but it was a portable computer that weighed like 30 fucking pounds. And you had to like lock it up. It was like a big metal case, and it only had a tiny green screen, and like,
wow.
And like it had a couple games, but they were really stupid. And oh god, it was so dumb. And then I eventually graduated into an Apple IIc, which you remember those, which were, and I had a couple games. I liked like a couple of the role playing games for that. I had a Winnie the Pooh role playing game that was absolutely brilliant. I could play that thing.
That sounds fun.
It was great.
Whoa, I just had so
100
many
Acre
games
Wood.
that hit me. There was, so we had,
beautiful.
We had mainly PCs growing up.
Mm.
And when I made the switch over to Apple, it was like I was doing something so horrible in my home. When I
were you a traitor?
A Mac. Yeah, and they were like, what
we
are
were
you doing?
There's
still that
Apple
fight
Mac.
in my family.
I don't want to spend that much time trying to make a thing work. I just want it to work. I want a Hyundai.
Yeah, like I feel like PCs are like for really smart people.
Yeah, Macs won't break until it's too late, which I really appreciate.
Yes, which is I just need it for
just to keep running.
There was a CD-ROM game that I loved to play, and I want to play it again so bad. I wonder if we can find it.
Oh, we can find it.
It was the Ace Ventura CD-ROM game.
What?
And it was so good. And I just remember there was a quote from it that I used to say all the time, like, if you would get things wrong, then Ace Ventura would tell, yep, this is it.
Wow.
Ace Ventura would tell you, like, if you were trying to do one of the puzzles, and he's like, it doesn't fit. It's like fitting a square peg in a round hole. I can't do it.
I feel like you've said that to me before. So
yes, and I say it all the time. I have so many quotes that I say that if we ever played this, you would be like, that's from an Ace Ventura CD-ROM game.
This is all your wit.
What is the matter
All your wit comes from an Ace Ventura CD-ROM game.
It was so good.
Gave the game away. Yeah. Damn.
So I played this all the time. I played Chip's Challenge, which was just a game that would be on any PC. I think at the time, like you would have Solitaire and and all those.
I remember that.
And then Chip's Challenge. Oh, look at this. Oh man, this just makes me so happy. I would play this, and I would listen to the Braveheart soundtrack, not to brag. That was like when I would get home from school after I would finish my homework, and then I would get my allotted time on the computer. This is what I would do.
I've got it. Since we're pulling up, is there any imagery of that Winnie the Pooh Apple IIc game? Because I suddenly have a desire.
Isn't it so fun when you look and you see these images again?
Oh, I'm prepared for this to be. Wow. This was like, there we are.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, there's my game.
Look at this. Wait, what does it say? Okay, so it was like a...
Watch out for... Yeah.
Like a... Wait, what do they call them? The choose your own adventure?
It was like a choose your own adventure. Like, yeah, it was like... But like at the time, this was a very, very like popular type of game where you would wander around. This is very like Zork for kids. If anyone has ever like... It's that wonderful role playing. I know, right? It would color itself in.
It's so what's the word I'm looking for? This is
basic
like a very
as fuck.
Yeah, it is, but it's like the beginning stages of the. This reminds me of another game that I loved that was very similar. That I wonder if it was around the same time, called Uninvited. It was like another computer game that was like this.
I remember.
It was scary. I mean, it was scary at the time. But
I'm sure. You know, scary never goes out of style.
No, but it was the same. Where it would be like, do you want to go into this room
now?
Yeah. Yep.
I remember this as well.
At the end, there was like this really scary ghost woman that would come after you. And
see, I loved this era. Although I don't know if I went back, if I could really like. I've played the Zork games, which were all text.
Yeah.
A few times since, which were fun.
Like if it would be as enjoyable now.
Yeah, I don't know. And then once I got a Mac as opposed to an Apple, like the games on the Mac were mostly terrible.
Yes,
there were
they didn't have as good of games.
Yeah, until Myst happened, there was really like it was a little iffy.
I never played Myst.
How?
I missed it.
I
know, and I would have loved it.
I mean, it's still there.
I know, but sometimes when you try to go back to these,
no, this is still great. Myst is still perfection.
Like I watched my brother and my sister play this.
Oh, and I mean, like you have the perfect brain for this because it's a game where taking tons of notes.
So familiar to me.
Taking tons of notes is really the only way to play this game is to have like a notebook and write down things all the time.
This is looking familiar to me. Maybe I did play this.
Well, I will say there's a kind of janky version on VR that you can play if you're really feeling the urge.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
speaking of things that eat your life.
Still one of my favorite video games. I mean, it's maybe even a top 5. Okay. Is Quake. And
fair.
It was during this time and the music was done by 9 Inch Nails.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also a gun that you would get where the bullets, the ammo, they were nails. So it would say like, NIN on the outside of the ammo box.
Oh.
Because I was still am.
Were the nails 9
Nails
inches
fan.
Is the question.
Say again?
Were the nails 9 inches long is my question.
I believe they were.
That's.
I feel like you would load them in and
that's amazing.
God, I loved this game so much. This was another one that I would just play. But like at the time, for us, when we were kids seeing this, you're like, how can anything look this good?
Well, yeah,
I mean, see it now, and it's so funny compared to what games look like now.
Well, and yeah, I mean, like these were the sorts of games that I like much later for me anyway, because I feel like I came to games also a little late, other than like my little Apple IIc games, but this sort of thing was like the one kid in school who was like the deep stoner whose like house you would go over because that's where that's where the beer and pot came from, but he would also have all the good video games.
Amazing.
In like
that would be my favorite
because he lived in a garage outside his parents' house. So
so you're like, you live alone? That's so cool.
I mean, that's how the pot happened, really.
Yeah.
So, and they were like just the right amount of bad influence.
Yeah, because being in the garage, certainly the parents are not going to smell it from the garage.
They never came in. I never once saw them walk into that room. I think they had given up on him, which was fair. I'd gotten into like, that's later with video game consoles, but like the internet and gaming were kind of separated still.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, they were separated for a little bit, and then sort of.
I can actually say I do know because I know some weird old nerds. One of the earliest, technically like group online, like not online, but like games, multiplayer games that you didn't have to be in the same room for, were a series of kind of board games, but you would mail your move through the post office to the other person who's playing. And there was like there were a couple old school, using the post to play
snail
games.
Mail?
Snail mail.
So that would take a long
except
time.
This was before the internet, so they just called it mail.
Yeah.
So it was just known as mail back then. So post office. It was very much, and then occasionally we would use like a BBS board for that too. But like because
would you say like, I sent something to you, so I'll be awaiting your
Or it would be like a text thing about what I would do in the game, and then I would go offline, and then a day later or a few hours later, there would be the next line, and you would just keep checking to see if they had posted up. It was really... I don't know how we lived.
So
it was such a speed.
It was, but it was just so...
I
mean, I look back on it, and I have warm, fuzzy feelings, but I wonder if that's just because when you look back on life at that age and that time.
I don't know. Who didn't love the height of the empire? But do you remember? I don't remember the first website I ever saw, but I remember where I was. And
you do?
I do. I remember the first time I saw the World Wide Web. I don't remember what I was looking at other than it was kind of colorful. But in my defense, I was some form of inebriated that I probably shouldn't get into at a friend's house who was, he was like a network engineer, and he had his computer set up on the floor because that's what we did. We were,
You just,
and
easy
so
access.
I was lying on the floor on his carpet, watching him like go, watch this, and like pulling up this thing and trying to explain to me what was happening. And I was...
Yeah, because the concept of it was so...
Well, in my headspace
it took me
too.
so long to understand what was happening.
Yeah, in the headspace I was in, though, you could have explained to me how dough worked, like bread, and I would have been blown away. Of like, you mean there's tiny microbes and then they like puff up? I was already.
You were already.
I was already far gone.
You were like, what is it?
What is happening? So I don't know how my actual reaction. That's also why I don't remember what the website was, but it was real early on.
God, I don't know if I remember the first website that I went to, and I really wish I did because that feels so important.
What is the first one you can remember? Like actually, I have two that I can kind of get. I know they were nowhere.
What were they?
Do you remember internet circles or web rings? Web rings is what they were called.
Web rings sounds kind of familiar to me.
There used to be a thing, and it was big in the anime world because I was already like an anime kid by this point, where different anime websites would have links to themselves so that like you could follow, you could hop from one to the next because they all like subscribe to a web ring. And so there would be a little thing saying like anime web ring, and you click it and it would just take you to another anime site. And then you click it and it would take you to another anime site.
Links?
Yeah, it was just a way of like, because searching was kind of not really great.
Really
So it would be like, and you could hit a random button and it would take you to a random anime site, but everyone had agreed that they were part of this like club. So it was just going to different pages within this larger club, but each page was its own thing. And then there was that, all my anime sites, and then the qtip.com, which was a whole legal thing. Because a man made a Q-tip fan page about Q-tips. And it was qtip.com, and it was a fan page for Q-tips.
And remember Q-tips like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, Q-tips then sued him and said he couldn't do it. And so he turned it into qtip.com about pool cues.
Oh.
It was like the tips of pool cues. Q-tip. Just to be a jerk. Yeah, it was a whole thing.
What the heck?
It made me laugh very hard.
I can't think of any early websites. I mean, the only thing I can think of is just MySpace. Because I was on that all the time.
You jumped straight to social networks?
I know, and I'm jumping really far. But I feel like that was the first time, like, jumping onto MySpace and was like, oh, this is a cool way to use the internet. You know, you can put your own music on your page. You can post photos. You can have your top 8. You know, which was very controversial. Sometimes you would get into fights.
Oh yeah, no, I had a lot of my exes from high school had a lot of opinions if they dropped off the top 8, and they're like, really?
Yeah, like top 4, and then like who you. Yeah, it was very specific to like who you would put on there.
Yeah, I don't even know who's currently on mine, if that even exists anymore.
I know. I really wish I could see my old MySpace page.
I used to know somebody who still worked there, despite the fact that it was like had died. I don't think their work there anymore.
It's not a thing anymore. Is MySpace a thing? Is it still up?
I love that like we've gotten the most I don't know the faces.
Wait, there is something. So
yeah, it's still there. Look at that.
I think it's like a music site.
It's a music site?
It turned into a music site eventually. I do know that.
But like MySpace back in the day was so fun.
Yeah, it really. I don't know why.
I don't know why.
But
maybe it was just the first.
There was also no algorithm or anything, and you weren't meeting new people. You were just, and maybe it was just that I was young, and at the time, my usage of the internet was almost all either finding parties locally, finding anime, and getting into bullshit drama with my friends, like undeniable. That's also what LiveJournal was for, which was undeniable bullshit drama between you and the people that you knew. But yeah, so like those were perfect.
I never did.
And it was just drama with like people you saw every day. So like you could only get so weird with it, as opposed to like, you know, after you haven't seen somebody in 18 years, God only knows how weird you two can get about disagreeing on anything.
Oh yeah.
But
oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was really like you knew you had to see these people in a week, so you would kind of reel it in.
I feel like the internet used to be more fun than it is now.
Oh, everything used to be more fun than it is now.
Yeah, because I also feel like now, like we have everything at our fingertips if we want it. So it doesn't have that excitement that it once did of like, what am I going to find on the World Wide Web?
I mean, like, it was much more enjoyable for me when I could actually maintain my pre-internet circles of influence, if you know what we were talking about that. Because we maintained that for so long because the internet that we were using, at least in LA, was very contained to Los Angeles. It was not like we weren't branching much further than than we could physically reach. I was thinking about a bunch of friends. It was a little later in the internet, but a bunch of friends of ours went to a dating app, like an early dating app, or not an app. I'm sorry, dating website. This was pre-apps, and just took it over.
Whoa!
Completely, and it ceased to it wouldn't function as a dating site anymore. It just became us being fucking around. Yeah. So that was like you could do that back then, where we literally like
just take over a website.
Yeah, and just be like, this is ours now.
Oh yeah, especially like if you had. Because I know you could do this with your MySpace page where you could do like little backdoor HTML coding to change the color of the background and like all of that kind of stuff, which was so fun.
It's like the best I have now of that is like ordering off the secret menu at an In-N-Out. The real world version of that. Give it to me animal style.
I had brought something that,
oh boy,
when I get the question a lot from my nieces and nephews of like, what would you do before you had internet? And so I don't know if any of you know the rumor of Tootsie Roll Pops, that if the wrapper has a star on it. Yes, with the kid with the bow and arrow. That there's like a little star.
I seem to remember something about this.
If you sent in the wrapper to Tootsie Roll, that they would send you a box.
If it had the star.
So I love Tootsie Roll Pops, still do to this day. I had sent this in. I'm going to block out my address. I'd sent in a letter to because this address is still
well
I
done.
had sent in a letter to Tootsie Roll with the wrapper. I had tracked them down, found their address, I don't even know how, maybe at a library, and wrote them and said I would like my box of Tootsie Roll Pops since I found this wrapper. They wrote me back to say that we enjoy hearing from our Tootsie fans and are happy to answer your question. Over 50 years ago, the rumor became well known that if the wrapper of a Tootsie Pop was found, well, they called it an Indian, and returned to the company, a free Tootsie Pop or another prize would be sent to the finder. We do not know how the story began, but it's not true.
There is no Santa Claus, apparently. Go home.
So they sent
oh my God.
over, they were like, with this, we will send over a copy of just info on their wrappers and how they're made.
That's almost insult to injury at that point.
I was so upset.
Wow, what a toothbrush to give out at a Halloween party. Like
yes. But I was just like, well, so I don't get any extra candy.
No, you get something better. You get knowledge that you do not want and will not help you. You got homework.
I got homework.
You got homework for daring to dream.
Yeah. So that's what we did pre-internet.
They should have just sent you a Tootsie Pop.
They should have at least sent me a single Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, no.
Like, what do I do?
You found a Wonka ticket. You get a Tootsie Pop.
Yes.
My God.
I think that was the thing. They were so... The finding the stars on the wrappers were very...
common?
Easy to do.
Oh, well, that may have been...
Common, yes. So I'm sure that they were like, we can't make any money if you're sending in your wrappers with a star, and we can't send you.
No, but they could have done something better than that, in my opinion.
Maybe they've thought of something better now for the story, but who knows?
That is, yeah. I almost don't even want to look that up because I'm enjoying being disappointed.
I wanted to disappoint you, so that's why I brought that.
I was like,
I was like, this doesn't have anything to do with the internet, but it is pre-internet of something that we did, but anyway.
We vampire LARPed. I don't know. I did a lot of LARPing and going out and doing things. Yeah. Video arcades. I don't know. This is like, I went out with friends and did things. And now I do that too, except it hurts and I'm tired and I don't do it as often.
Yeah, like if I go out now, I have to recover for like a month.
Yeah, and I don't think it's fair necessarily to blame the internet for that, but I do.
No. I do too. Well, before we wrap up, I did want to. I purchased this.
Did you buy a thing?
It is a vintage, I guess, Pee-wee's Playhouse card pack.
Let me see. And
I thought we could open it. Would you want to open it?
Well, no, I think you should open it. But that art, I want to speak about this art. This is not what I would expect a Pee-wee's Playhouse wrapper to look like.
I was thinking the same thing.
It's a little more Doug, the television series. Just
see that.
Just to, again, I want to paint a picture for all of our audio only friends.
Yes.
It's very simplistic art. If you didn't say Pee-wee's Playhouse on it, I would not know that was Pee-wee.
Wouldn't have guessed it was him.
I thought it would be like Doug after some Rogaine.
Yeah. Because Doug only has like 3 sprigs of hair.
Yeah, and this is definitely a full head of hair.
That's a full head of hair.
But not Pee-wee's hair.
That is like Sharpie hair.
Yeah.
As opposed to a pencil.
And he's clearly, I think, is happier than Doug. I mean, Doug is content. This is a person who's actually like happy to be there.
Says the secret word is fun, and it's the Pee-wee's Playhouse fun pack.
In like a blue and green and a little like 80s Fred Flintstone-y kind of thing.
Yeah,
it also seems very long for a
it does
card.
I mean, maybe we can put these on the set.
What is this madness?
Okay, wait. So what year was this? This is 88.
Oh my god!
So we've got. Oh come on! What the heck?
Okay.
It's a what are these?
The lenticular.
The lenticular, which I'm wearing a lenticular.
Are you? What's a change? Okay.
64 World's Fair from Disney.
Why didn't you mention that? Oh my god.
That's a prize.
64 World's Fair is the one where they created It's a Small World.
Yes, it is.
And which is my favorite piece. One of my favorite things there because it was created by Mary Blair, who's one of my favorite Disney artists.
Mary Blair is the best.
We're do
Disney
a thing.
Nerds.
Yeah.
We'll do a thing.
We'll do a thing.
Yeah. So this I don't know if I'm.
You have to slowly turn it back and forth. It's a.
Is it working, or is it a side to side?
I think it's a side to side, and it's the size of it's like
yeah.
It's like twice the size of a postage stamp. That's so small. And it's Pee-wee and the cow who he would talk to. So
we also have a kite. It's a sunny day.
It's a kite. Well, the kite looks like the Hamburglar. Oh.
Punch out and stick on your nose.
Yeah. Okay. I get this. This makes sense to me. There you go. And now it's like one of those things at like a carnival. And now you are the nose of Pee-wee, and you're saying, "Dig that crazy beat, Daddy-o." And there's a blue dog. I'll be Mr. Kite, who clearly looks like he's robbed something.
Oh yeah, that looks great. What a cool toy!
I don't know why Mr. Kite. Mr. Kite's wearing sunglasses and is also wearing a bow tie, and it's a sunny day. Apparently, is what he's saying.
We have little Playhouse Cinema double feature stack cards. These are stickers of letters. I don't really know.
They're tiny letters, and we need to go deeper into this. Hold on.
I don't really know what they are.
I need to see this.
They're kind of cool little creatures.
There's an ampersand. Oh my god, this is very Garbage Pail Kid. That one looks a little phallic.
Oh my god,
this is like bad drugs.
How cool are these tattoos?
Oh, I want that one. Are those really tattoos?
Yeah. Oh, we gotta wear these.
Wait. This says a thing. Oh, wait. What is this? This has actually got crazier shit. This is the best trading card thing ever. This says Playhouse Cinema double feature. Stack cards in order, hold in left hand, and flip with right. So I think you collect these, and it's a flip book. But you have to get, this is flip book card number 40.
So we gotta get more.
So you get to all of them, and then you stack them in a thing hat, and then it's a flip book. Everything is so interactive.
I know, but like these I love the art of these little tattoos.
These are really cute, and like they don't like. The only reason I know that they're tattoos is because they're backwards.
I know.
And I'm having trouble reading them.
And then we got
this one says "I love Pee-wee," and I think it's on a piece of ham. Not to bring us back to like an episode ago. We got
these fun little trading cards. We got Mr. Pee-wee, and then like on the back they say like little fun facts on them.
What's our fun fact?
Fun facts.
Chair. Give me a fun fact.
Fun fact. Wow, this is really tiny writing. Salvador Dali is a painter famous for his melting clocks and eyeballs. He was born in Spain in 1904 and came to America in 1940. He has a cool mustache.
These are all true.
All true
for a moment, I
facts.
thought he was famous for his melting clocks and his personal eyeballs.
Oh.
But I think it's more the drawings
It's more
about
the drawings
flu.
of the eyeballs.
I realize.
Anyway,
This
it's a little
one,
fun pack.
let's see. This one is just a picture of the old band, the beatnik band from the show. Cool cats pounding out the beat, and we're responding with our feet.
Ooh.
Yeah. And on the back is one of those big put together. I'll do it here. Is one of those big put together things that they do with silly trading cards back in the day. And then what's the third one? Playhouse collectors. Oh, these are different characters and what they collect from the show. Randy, the one who is like the mean puppet.
This artwork is so cool.
Collects twist ties, pointy rocks, night crawlers, used gum, and pool chalk.
Great.
That's cool.
You're a great character builder.
Pee-wee collects neat old toys. Hell yeah. Rubber bands. Big yes. Bubblegum cards. Clearly. Foil. I do remember that. And everything else. Who didn't love foil?
Foil.
Foil ball.
Yes.
Wow. And then Miss Yvonne got compacts, lipstick. She can do it. Phone numbers. Well done. Kill that. Handkerchiefs. Big believer. And V8 engines. Not
What
the
do
cars.
you collect?
Clearly Pee-wee cards apparently now.
My goodness.
Oh man. This is because I opened a lot of these. This might be the best one I've ever seen.
This is a really incredible pack.
Wow.
So
I need
good
more.
job.
Well,
Little 1988
thank you, 1988.
throwback.
We appreciate that.
Well, I don't know. Should we end it there?
I think we have to go buy more
packs.
More packs
I'm
of
gonna go put
cards.
some of these tattoos on.
I'm going to pick one and I'm
Yeah,
going to
put
save
one
the
on.
others for later. But like, yeah, well, let's split them up. We'll split
All
these
right.
up later.
We'll split them up and we'll wear them next
All right,
time.
let's go get a wet paper towel and do this.
I'm ready.
And we hope that you find time to get a wet paper towel and wear a temporary tattoo. These things are great.
Yes.
And
Hey, this was great.
this was fun.
We have fun sitting with you and hanging out.
Mm-hmm. Actually, yeah. If you
Cheers.
find an interesting temporary tattoo, let us know. Let's find out. Send us a picture of your tattoo.
And hey, we have fun hanging out on Discord.
Put it in the Discord. Good times.
Come hang out with us. Thanks for hanging.
Bye.
Bye,
Make this
everybody.
awkward. Bye. Some very important weird information for all of our weird kids. Our new episodes are now starting to release exclusively on beacon.tv. That's right, every Tuesday.
So we are still releasing the final Weird Kids episodes from 2025 every Tuesday on our Weird Kids YouTube channel and on podcast platforms. But our new episodes are exclusively only on beacon.tv.
Beacon.